guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video I have another Halloween tutorial. So this look is what is my name? It's my popcorn. This look is inspired by, I'm not sure if anyone has ever seen it. It's one of my all-time favorite movies, The Mummy, but the Brendan Fraser one. It's not this trash Tom Cruise one. The movie, The Mummy, Imhotep is like, he has to like absorb your soul to become whole, and he has this like, I'll try and insert a picture of him if I can, and it's like some of his face is like all fleshy and torn, and there's these like gaping holes in the side of his face. Like, I really wanted to do something like that, but I also like really wanted to do a nice like Cleopatra type makeup, so that's basically what this is inspired by. It's a mummified pharaoh girl type thing. I suck at explaining everything. I have this whole like character backstory in my head, but when it comes to doing my intro and explaining my inspiration, I'm just like, but anyways, yeah, so this is the look. If you guys want to see how I did it, then go ahead and just keep on watching. So I bet you guys already knew this was coming. I'm going to be filling in my eyebrows as normal. Only difference is I'm going to be elongating them just a little bit more, and I'm going to be making them just a little bit more bold than usual. So to help me with that, I'm going to take this black shade from my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette on a angled brush, and I'm just going to kind of do little strokes in my brows just to kind of darken it up a bit. Now a little bit of stage makeup trick. Instead of using a brow gel, I'm going to just be using my black mascara to set my brows. Then I'm going to clean up my brows with the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Concealer, and I'm also going to be priming my eyelid with that same concealer in the shade Light Pale. I'm going to set that concealer with a matte white eyeshadow just to make sure that everything blends out nicely, it's all matte, and also so that the colors I put on top pop. Now I'm going to be taking a bit of Scotch tape, and I'm going to line it up with my lower lash line all the way up to my brow. I really wanted a sharp edge for this, and now I'm using my new favorite. This is the first time I use this palette. It's the Kat Von D Saint Center palette. It is so beautiful, but I'm taking the shade called Martyr, and I'm going to use that as my transition. So now when I'm blending this transition color in, it's kind of hard to explain, but I'm not really following the curves of my eye. I'm kind of blending just literally left to right from the tape to the inner corner. Using the BH Cosmetics 2nd edition 120 color eyeshadow palette, I'm going to be mixing those two blue shades to start giving me the Egyptian coloring, which, fun fact, ancient Egyptian makeup was actually that blue, green, teal color because they used a pigment called malachite. Now going in with this darker blue shade on a small e.l.f. crease brush, I'm just going to blend that right over to deepen the crease. Then I'm going to blend it out with my favorite e.l.f. blending brush and peel off the sticky tape to reveal my perfectly satisfying straight line. Moving on to a little bit of detailing, I'm taking the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Eyeliner on a small, it's actually a paintbrush, but like a liner brush, and I'm going to do like the most intense winged eyeliner you've ever seen in your life. I'm drawing the line following the straight edge from the tape all the way up to the tail of my brow, and I'm going to be filling that in, but I'm only going to be doing the tail of the wing liner. And then I'm going to connect a small black line from about the center of my eye to the wing, and then I'm going to use this black eyeshadow, Shax, from the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye palette on a flat brush, and I'm going to smudge out that liner in my crease. You want to be careful not to smudge that black eyeliner too high into the crease, otherwise it's just going to look really messy. And you want to also make sure that you are working with the liner before it sets. Now I'm going to take the other end of the Anastasia brush that comes with all the palettes, and I'm going to just further blend it out. Here I'm using the same Maybelline concealer I used to prime my eyelids to kind of cut the crease and clean up that center portion. So I'm going to be following the line of my crease, and I'm also going to clean up the edge of the wing there. So it's easier to watch and see what I'm doing than to explain it. But I'm being very, very careful. I don't want to, I don't want to get too much concealer on, I'm just going to stop talking, it's hard to explain. After the cleaning up of the lid and the cutting of the crease and whatnot, I'm going to be setting that concealer with a loose translucent powder. I'm using the Coty Airspun as per usual on a flat shader brush. Going back to the Saint & Center palette, I'm going to be taking that beautiful yellow gold shade called Relic, and I'm going to be packing that all over the eyelid where the concealer is. Then I'm going to spray my brush with a little bit of Fix Plus and go in with Relic again. It's kind of funny, I thought Relic was kind of a fitting name for it because, like, a mummy is like a relic. I don't know, whatever. To finish up the eyeliner, I'm taking my tattoo liner in Trooper, and I'm going to just connect the wing, along the lash line, as usual, the normal way to put eyeliner on. I don't know why I felt the need to try and explain that. Then I'm going to use my Maybelline gel eyeliner, and I'm just going to sort of define that black line in the crease some more, just to give it a little bit more darkness and definition. So I did the other eye off camera, so we can go ahead and move on to the face. I'm using my e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer because I know Cleopatra ain't had no pores, okay? No, but I'm just using this primer to fill in the pores around my T-zone. I mostly get pores like under my eyes on my cheeks and on my nose and chin, so that's where I will be applying it. I somehow lost the whole clip of me putting on foundation, so now we're moving straight to concealer. I'm using the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer. I forget the shade off the top of my head, I'll link it down below. But for foundation, I used the Makeup Forever HD foundation, the liquid foundation in the shade Y415. So I'm just going to be using this Kat Von D concealer to highlight under my eyes, and I'm going to be blending that out using my Morphe M173. Then I'm going to be doing a quick bounce over my entire face with my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge just to make sure everything is blended in and seamless. Up next is baking with, you guessed it, probably the Coty Airspun Loose Translucent Face Powder. I'm just going to take that on my Real Techniques sponge and bake under my eyes, around my nose, and on my chin. All the usual places. Still look like a crackhead. And now if you guys are ready for mummification, we're going to use this Rimmel Peachy Waterproof Eyeliner to make the gaping holes in our face. While we're baking, we multitask here on this channel. Now we're just going to use this pencil to kind of map out all the holes before we fill them in and do anything else. Just kind of going for it. There's not really like a specific shape or anything. I kind of was just looking at the reference picture from the movie, but really it's just, make them however you want. You just kind of want them to look like rips/tears. Yeah, and you just kind of go ham until you like what you have. Just try not to make them too uniform. When I did mine, I just stuck to one side of my face, but if you wanted to, you could totally go all over your mouth to the other side of your face. You can make them bigger, you can make them smaller, you can do whatever you want. You have complete creative freedom on this part. Now that I have my little gaping holes looking the way I want them, I'm taking my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Nutmeg. You kind of want to use something that's 1 or 2 shades darker than your skin tone. I'm using this on a sort of flat angled brush, and I'm going to just outline and fill in all of the shapes that we made. Here I'm putting a little bit of foundation on my lips, and I'm going to use that same eyeliner pencil because I decided I kind of wanted to do one right on the corner of my mouth just to sort of tie in the look a little bit more. Now I'm taking this dark chocolatey brown color, and I'm going to use that to not only set the brown concealer but to also start the shading process. Now I'm taking a mix of these black and reddish brownish colors on a small flat shader brush, and I'm going to use this to define and shape the edges. So when shading, you kind of want to shade anywhere there's a curve basically, and that's just going to give the holes some depth and make them look a little bit more realistic, I guess. So here I'm going in with a little bit more black, and I'm just going to darken up the edges just to, give it more depth and make them look more like holes. And then I'm going to blend and take that grayish color, and I'm going to outline the edge of all of them, also using this reddish color, just to give them, again, depth. How many times can I use depth in the same sentence, huh? And this really just helps them pop out more. Then I'm going to dust away the baking powder under my eyes and go in with this blue shimmery color under my eyes, and I'm going to just smoke it out on my lower lash line. Then I am going to line my entire lower lash line using the Maybelline gel eyeliner, and I'm also going to be drawing in that little inner corner cat flick using my Kat Von D tattoo liner. Then using the gel liner, I'm going to create this little triangle thing right in the center of my lower lash line, as well as this small little curly, I don't really know what you would call it, but it's very similar to the eye of horse, I believe it is. And I'm using this metallic liquid liner from Avon. It's gold. I went out of frame, but this is basically what I did. I just outlined right in the inner corner and then put a little dot in the center of the little curly thingy that I made. Now I'm going to contour using the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. And I'm going to really carve out my cheeks. And I'm going to contour my temple as well as curve it upwards towards my nose. Then I'm going to clean up the contour using the banana powder in the Wet n Wild Caramel Toffee contour palette on my Real Technique sponge. So contouring the way I did by curving it upwards towards my nose and also contouring my temple is really just going to give the effect that my cheekbones are super defined. And then I contoured my nose using the bronzer. Then I'm going to apply my Lash Label lashes in the style Flutter and highlight using Wet n Wild's Golden Flower Crown. For this look, I want it to be really super golden, so I'm using my Jesse's Girl Pure Eye Dust Pigment in the shade Sunstone, and I'm just going to go over all the places I highlighted and also on top of my lips. Then I'm going to take this lip liner and I'm going to really lightly line my lips just to give them a little bit of definition. Then I'm taking the ColourPop My Little Pony Collection Flutter Valley Gold Sparkly Lip Gloss and I'm just going to place that right over. Alrighty, so this is the finished look. Obviously you guys would have already seen it in the intro, but this is how it turned out. I just did a really super dramatic blue and gold cut crease with these, like, I don't know what you call these, fleshy holes, tears, rips. I don't know, but anyways, this is my Brendan Fraser Pharaoh Mummy Emotep inspired gruesome Cleopatra. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys like this look. If anyone recreates it, as always, send me a picture, tag me. I really would like to see it. I think this is a really easy look to do for Halloween. I mean, I guess you can say it's kind of tedious to do. Maybe it requires a little bit of a steady hand, but I think, sorry about there's just like this non-stop airplane. I think it's really easy to do as a last minute thing. Okay, wait, we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait, helicopter. I think it's really easy to throw together at the last minute. The only thing you need to do to kind of complete this costume would be accessories. So, you know, I got my $5 choker from Charlotte Russe. I've got my $2 earrings from Claire's, just one of these little like boho headband things. Like, of course the jewelry and the accessories don't look Egyptian per se, like it's not a direct match, but with the makeup and everything, I think it really pulls it together. Yeah, I hope you guys liked the tutorial, and if you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and hit that subscribe button down below for more videos from me. And if you haven't already, you should go ahead and watch my last Halloween tutorial, which was my Ouija board demon inspired makeup, which I'll leave up here in the eye. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you guys in the next one.